Think about every animal you have ever seen in the wild. Wild birds, buffalo, bears, hyenas, tigers, and deer. Even elephants and lions on a screen. Now think about horses. You have seen them on farms, in movies, pulling carriages and racing on tracks. But when was the last time you saw a horse just living freely in nature, the way birds do, the way deer do, the way almost every other animal on Earth does? You probably never have. And if you stop to think about that, it is genuinely strange. Horses are one of the most recognized animals on the planet. There are over 60 million of them alive right now. So where are they all hiding? Welcome to Everyday Mysteries. Today, we are uncovering why you rarely find horses living in the wild. To understand where horses are now, you have to understand where they started. Horses did not begin as farm animals. For millions of years, they were completely wild. They roamed enormous grasslands across North America, Europe, and Asia in massive herds. They were prey animals, fast, alert, and free. Nobody owned them. Nobody controlled them. They lived exactly like zebras and deer live today. Then, around 5,500 years ago, something happened that would change horses forever. A group of people living on the grasslands of Central Asia, in the region we now call Kazakhstan, figured out something remarkable. They discovered that horses could be tamed, trained, ridden. And once that happened, everything changed. A horse was not just an animal anymore. It was transport. It was power. It was a weapon of war. Civilizations that had horses moved faster, fought harder, and conquered more land than those without them. Word spread quickly. Within a few thousand years, humans had spread domesticated horses to every corner of the world. Every culture wanted them. Every army needed them. But here's the part most people never think about. As humans took more and more horses into farms and settlements, the wild horse populations were slowly squeezed out. Their grasslands were converted into farmland. They were hunted for meat. And the domestic horses that occasionally escaped back into the wild were no longer truly wild. They were feral. There is an important difference between a wild animal and a feral one. A feral animal is a domestic animal living without human control. It still carries thousands of years of domestication in its biology. The famous Mustangs of North America that people call wild horses, they are actually feral. Their ancestors were domestic horses brought over by Spanish explorers in the 1500s that escaped or were released. They were never native wild horses. They are descendants of farm animals living freely, not true wild horses. The only horse alive today that can genuinely be called truly wild is Przewalski's horse, a stocky, short-legged animal from the grasslands of Mongolia. It is the last horse on Earth that was never domesticated by humans, and by the 1960s, it had gone completely extinct in the wild. Every single one had disappeared. The only reason it exists today is because a small number were kept in zoos and carefully bred back from the edge of extinction. They have since been reintroduced into parts of Mongolia and China, but their total population in the wild is still fewer than 2,000 animals. So the real answer is this: horses did not disappear from the wild on their own. We took them. We needed them so badly, for so long, that we removed almost every last one from nature and built our entire civilization around them. And by the time we no longer needed them for work, the wild was already gone. Next time you see a horse standing in a field behind a fence, you are not looking at a farm animal. You are looking at an animal that built the modern world and paid for it with its freedom. This is Everyday Mysteries. If this surprised you, hit like and subscribe for more hidden stories behind the things we never thought to question. Thanks for watching.